Welcome to Digital Asset News, where we hit top stories in cryptocurrency and digital assets and break them down into bite-sized pieces. Today, we're going to start with something a little bit different. Usually we just go over stories, but what I'm going to start with is the total market capitalization, why it's dropping down, and why, in all essence, it really doesn't matter. Also, Bitwise and ETF Trends teamed up to look at the top financial advisors and ask what they were doing as far as cryptocurrency and digital assets and what their attitudes are towards the future. And analyst says this Ethereum-based altcoin could go parabolic even as Bitcoin rises, and this is probably one of the most interesting pieces that we have for the whole day. Also, we'll go over the scam of the day. First, I want to say thanks to everybody for reporting these scams, getting them off the books. It helps us a lot. Now let's get into today's stories. So first up, the market's down, way down, and it went down like super quick. I think we were trending around $306 billion for the market cap. And then in like a couple hours, I go to the gym, I come back, and it's already just lost 16 billion. Amazing. So these types of things are going to happen, and this is normal. So if you are new to this cryptocurrency space, just get used to the volatility. That's all I can recommend, because if you're sitting there watching these types of trends and different markets go up and down and all the different changes, you're going to go crazy real quick, real fast. So don't worry about it. So what goes up must come down. What goes down will eventually go up. And that's why I don't like to talk about these types of like the market cap and things like that and the prices, because in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, because as time goes on, I am 100% confident that this whole asset is going to go up tremendously, especially with the Bitcoin halving coming up, especially with the articles that we're going to go over today, especially with institutional investors coming in and all the groundwork that we've laid over the last couple of years. I have zero doubt of what's going to happen. So when I get different messages and emails like, hey, what's going on? What's up with this? Or I get texts from friends like, you said Bitcoin was a great deal. It is a great deal. It's a great deal. It's not like the stock market where, like you could lose 5% and lose your mind. That happens on a Tuesday. Who cares? It's just, what do you believe right now? With all these different articles and things that you've been reading and you've been involved in, what do you truly believe? If you're like me and have been around this space for a while, this is not a big thing. This is just one more day, and it's just happened. So if we take a look at market cap, well, if we look at all, we don't want to look at all. Let's take a look at the 1 day. So the 1 day for market cap looks pretty grim, right? Here we are, 305, 306 billion, 307. Oh, everything's great. And we went up pretty high, and it just looks fantastic. And then all of a sudden, little dips here, little dip there, and then all of a sudden to the floor. That's a lot of money lost. But is it abnormal? It is not abnormal. Remember, we are not in mutual funds. We are not in stocks. This is cryptocurrency and digital assets. So just get it through your head right now that volatility is normal. Volatility is normal, and that's okay, as long as it at some point goes up, which it will. If you've been around since 2017 like I have, you've seen a lot bigger dips. I remember at one point, I don't remember, it was 2018 or 2019, it went below 100 billion. So if you've been here for a while, you've got ice in your veins, baby, and there's really nothing's going to shake you out of this market. So that's what I see it. Anyhow, so we look at the 1 day, pretty awful, right? But let's just look at the 7 day. So keep this in perspective, okay? So in the 7 day, we were at 280 billion back here. And then all of a sudden, it went to this nice little rise. Everything's good. Little dip right here. 297, up it goes. 300, and then down it goes again. So just remember, take a look at perspective. When in doubt, zoom out, and you'll see that everything's all right. Okay, let's go on to the next story. So the Bitwise ETF Trends 2020 Benchmark Survey, and what this looked at, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but these are the types of stories that I like to see, because I'm looking for the instances of mass adoption and what will bring us forward. And I truly believe that with institutional investors, as they start to make recommendations to all of their clients, it will push everything forward. Because once we get this into the public consciousness, then you're going to see things like MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, all the different news organizations are going to start to report on it. And the big thing is to keep Bitcoin above 10,000, because when that happens, everything blows up. So this is just one more cog in the machine. And what this trends or survey looked at, took a look at some of the top financial advisors in the country that dealt with half of all the wealth in the US. And the highlights just go like this, because I don't want to read all 13 or 17 pages or whatever it is. So the allocation, the number of advisors allocating to crypto in client portfolios is expected to double in 2020 from 6% to 13%. That's huge. 6% drop in the bucket. Now they're getting to 13%. Why? I can tell you why. Because they want to look like geniuses to their clients, and they know, just like we've taken a look at these different financial institutions, they've put out reports that say, look, if you can allocate a small fraction of your client's portfolio into Bitcoin, it will hedge the bet against any other types of turbulence in the market, because it is a non-correlated asset class. But let's really quick go over this. So motivation. The number one motivation, including crypto and portfolios, continues to be its low uncorrelated returns from other assets. And real quick, it's going to talk about the non-correlation of assets. So what does that mean? Well, if you're non-correlated to the market, it's a big hedge against any kinds of problems that will come up. So for instance, during the most heated days of the trade war between China and the US, stocks went down, Bitcoin went up. A few weeks ago, markets dropped again during the coronavirus outbreak and the tension between the US and Iran. So when these things start to happen, it's like, well, now if you're a financial advisor, you have to deal with your customers going, hey, what the heck's going on? I just lost 15% of my portfolio. But if you're smart enough, if you're an advisor and go, you know what, it's okay, Jim, because what we did is we allocated a small percentage of your portfolio to cryptocurrency, to Bitcoin, to Ethereum, to XRP, to Chainlink, to whatever. And you're hedged against it. And actually, you're actually ahead right now. Oh, all right, thanks, Pete. Really appreciate it. So they want to look like geniuses, and they want to make money for their clients, because when their clients make money, they make money, everybody's happy. Makes sense. Moving on, client interest. Investor interest in crypto is not going away. 76% of all financial advisors report receiving questions from clients on crypto in 2019. 72% of advisors think clients may be investing in crypto on their own outside of their advisory relationships. So here's the thing. If you are an advisor and you've got your customers and they are investing outside, you don't want that, because what you want is for them to bring all their concerns and all their problems and all their issues into house. So you can say, you know what, don't worry about it. What we're going to do is, there is a fund. There is a fund for Bitcoin, and we're going to invest into that. There is a fund for Ethereum. So don't go to those exchanges and do it by yourself. Pay me, and I'll do it all for you. All right, that sounds good. And that's essentially what's going on, because right now, these people, all these investors, just retail investors like you and me, their advisors aren't recommending it. So well, I got to figure out myself, because my guy doesn't help me. But later on, if they're like, hey, Pete, sit down. I got a great investment strategy for us. Let's do this. Oh, I was thinking about doing that. I heard about this thing called Coinbase and Binance and blah, blah. No. Don't worry about that. Let me do that. And off they go. Price expectations. 64% of advisors expect the price of Bitcoin to appreciate over the next 5 years, up from 55% of advisors in last year's survey. So real quick, they got this information from financial advisors who manage roughly half of all wealth in America. Moving forward, it talks about the methodology of where they got this information from. Is from 415 eligible financial advisors, and that's up from the ones they did last year. The mean advisor in the survey had between 50 million to 100 million in assets under management. 24% of respondents had less than 25 million, while 43% had more than 100 million, and 10% had more than 1 billion of assets under management. So this wasn't just some mom and pop place that they picked out of Kentucky and said, hey, how you guys doing? It was a vast survey. A lot of information, a lot of data was collected. So when I see things like this, I get very bullish because I'm like, this is great. This is exactly what we wanted. And we can see things like there's these big types of institutions coming in like Fidelity, TD Ameritrade. You've even got places like Bank of America. Now they're not they're not a financial institution per se, but just talking about Ripple, how Bank of America and all these different big banks are going into cryptocurrency. And then plus on top of that, you had large institution like Van Eck, who has around 49 to 50 billion of assets under management, making a case for all of their employees essentially to recommend Bitcoin to all their clients. So when you put all these things together, it just goes to show you that even though the market cap for one day may have gone down by 15 billion. Does it really matter in the grand scheme of things? To me, it's a no. Moving on. Crypto analyst says this Ethereum-based altcoin could go parabolic even as Bitcoin rises, and I couldn't agree more. What he's talking about here is Chainlink, and this is one of my top 6. So just so you know, I've invested in Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, EOS, Cardano, and Chainlink. So when you see me talking about certain projects and you think that I'm biased, it's because I am. And I just try to be as transparent as possible about that. But these are my 6 and the ones that I believe in. Now, I don't know what you're invested in. I'm sure whatever your coin is fantastic. I don't care what goes up. I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist or an XRP maximalist or a tomato coin maximalist or whatever. I don't understand that whole theory behind all that stuff. Me personally, like I've always talked about, if one goes up, that's great because that means that everything else usually follows. So if I'm invested heavily into tomato coin and then tomato coin goes up, I'm like, great, tomato coin goes up. Another one of our cryptocurrencies goes up, fantastic, because that's going to bring attention to the whole market because we're just a niche market. You know, we're not out there. You don't see cryptocurrency ads all over the place like it's a McDonald's or Coca-Cola or something like that. You just don't. It's a very small market. So when we see these types of things go up, I'm happy. I'm great because like I don't care which one goes up because once the water comes in the harbor, all the ships rise. So whichever goes up, fantastic. I'm thinking at some point mine will go up too. Just might take a little bit longer. So whichever. Going on in this story, crypto analyst Nicholas Martin expects a bull run to clock enormous gains for altcoins. And he goes on to talk about Chainlink itself. He states, the major thing that I'm correlating this to is the early phase of the 2017 rally. If you can remember that, you remember how awesome that was. It was like every day, everything went up by like 15, 20%. It was crazy. We're starting to see a lot of the players that are going to be similar to Ethereum, kind of like the front runners. And because some of the new large cap plays that really lead in the cycle are really starting to showcase in China, and I think Chainlink is one of them. Now, if you're not familiar with Chainlink, I need to do a video. This is like the 4th time I said it. I have an idea, a basis that talks about what Chainlink is and why it's going to be so big. But just in a nutshell, Chainlink is an oracle, not like the Matrix oracle, but Ethereum, what it does so great is a thing called a smart contract. It's like an if-then type of thing. And a smart contract is, you can perform a contract between you and another entity without a third party, and everything is just automated, and it's awesome and it works great. If you can think about any type of industry, especially like with finance or lending or with mortgage companies or even with medical records, medical devices, not medical device, medical records, you don't need a third party to do anything. These smart contracts are set to automatically execute without any other type of input, usually. Now, sometimes you need external input, like you may need an aggregate of certain prices across a wide area if you're going to do lending and you want to see like, okay, well, what is Litecoin's real price right now? Because we can't just go with coin market cap or something because they're not 100%, right? We want to get like maybe 10, 15 different places to pull in different data to make sure that it's going to be correct. So what Chainlink does essentially It's like an API, and it pulls in different data points from the real world into the blockchain or into the smart contract. The great thing about that is if you have these types of things, there's no single point of failure, and it just works really well. And it doesn't really have much competition as far as in this digital asset space. So it's why I really do think it's going to blow up. Now, today may not be a great day for Chainlink. I mean, it went down a whopping 4%, but not a big deal, because let's take a look. How has it fared over the past 7 days, we'll say. Not too bad. Looks like it's gone up pretty well. Went from 339 all the way up to a high of 458. Wow. And 423. Let's see what it's done in like 1 month. 238 all the way up to 442. Let's say 3 months. Yeah, I was at 302. Took a dip. Now here we are at still pretty good, $4.54. So, I mean, this thing's been on quite a little tear, and I will tell you like this, I see it as one of the big winners out there because of what it does. It has real world utility for smart contracts. Smart contracts are going to be big, especially with decentralized finance. So if you believe that Ethereum and DeFi are going to be big, then you have to look at Chainlink. And again, I will do a video at some point. Just have to find the time. Definitely will do that. All right, that's it for today's video. Thanks for sticking with me through the rants. If you got a couple minutes, stick around and we'll go over the scam of the day. So first of all, if you're new, welcome. We do this thing called Scam of the Day at the end of every video. And the reason why is because this is going to be a big year. And if we have people come in and they get screwed out of their money, it's going to look bad. And that one person that gets screwed out of the money tells 10, then 10 tells 100, and then 100 tells 10,000. So we need to make sure we police this area as best as possible, because it's not like YouTube's going to really be able to do everything. Secondly, if you're looking for the Scam of the Day, you can find the link to this handy dandy spreadsheet by going into the description of every single one of my video and look for this thing called Scam of the Day. And you can click on the link, it'll take you to this spreadsheet, and it's going to be right here. So we've done a ton of different scams. They've all been wiped away. So congratulations, everybody. Thank you so much. We've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 left, so not too bad. So I'm going to tell you 2 things of how to protect yourself from scams. First of all, treat everything like it's a scam until proven otherwise. Treat everything like a scam until proven otherwise. Second thing you can do is, if you ever think that it's not a scam, slap yourself in the face. No, seriously. If you think it's a scam, what you should do is go to the actual authentic website for whatever is being given away. So if it's like, if you see a video where it says, you know, Ripple founder is giving away 1 million XRP, go to the Ripple website and send them an email. Are you guys giving away 1 million XRP? They're going to say no. Give it like 24 hours. Doesn't take that long. It's going to save you a world of hurt. Same thing with Binance, same thing with Coinbase, same thing with any type of place. Go to the authentic website, send them an email and ask them, are you giving away an airdrop? Are you giving away free nanos? Are you doing free stuff? Are you giving away free money? It's all going to be no. Not to burst your bubble, but everything is going to be no, because no one's giving you free stuff. Get that through your head. All right, so first thing I want to do is, if you could help me out, it'd be great. Just click on this, the first link that you see here. And that's going to bring up a video. And the thing is we're looking for is like, is this a scam? Is this a scam? Well, first of all, we can always look in the comments section. That's a pretty good indicator. Yeah, it might be a scam. But we don't know for sure, because maybe just some people are a bunch of jerks and they like to just say scam. But let's take a look in the actual description. So here it has what's called an asymmetrical giveaway. It says, if you want to participate, give us some XRP. To verify address, send us 1,000 to 1 million, and you'll get 10 million or 10,000, 10 million back. Nobody's doing that. No one likes you that much. You're not special. You're not getting free money. So this is definitely a scam. So all you got to do is click on this. I dislike this. Whoops, I've already done this. And then we're looking for a report button. Scammers usually hide it. You just click on the 3 dots, click report. You're going to say, hey, this is a spam or misleading. Hey, this is a scam. Hello, this is Rob with El Paso Insanity. Hello, this is Rob with El Paso Insanity. All right. That was a fucking waste. And we're going to click next. Then we're going to say this is a scam, and then just click report, and then we're done. So that's all I need you to do. It would really help me out a lot. Actually, it would help out the space a lot, I should say. So if I do this every day, YouTube won't probably take it seriously. They need to hear it from a lot of people. So if you could do that, now we're 2, and the thousands of people that watch this video, if they all do it, then this scam will be wiped away like the other 50 that we've done. So, all right, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me. If you like the type of video, there's 2 more coming up on the left and right. Don't know which ones they are because they're curated for your viewing pleasure by YouTube. But go ahead and click on 2 of those or 1 of those, and that's it. And I will see you on the next one.